Hello, students. This is the unit on drug use and addiction. We'll also be talking about smoking and alcohol in this unit as well. And make sure you take some notes on this PowerPoint because you're going to use that for an assignment that is assigned right after this presentation, and then also for the project for this unit. So you need to make sure you take some good notes on the PowerPoint. Okay, so next, let's see. We're going to be talking about addiction and how drugs are most often associated with addiction. There's all different types of addiction. You could be addicted to shopping, eating, alcohol, smoking. Sky's the limit, I think. Here we go. And there are certain requirements in order for it to be classified as an addiction. Another one of your assignments will be to distinguish between use, overuse, misuse, abusive types of behavior, and addiction, because they're all associated with overconsumption of all of these things that we have in our society that people use as a form of recreation, and usually it becomes a problem. So if you know more information about what addiction is and the use of drugs, smoking, and alcohol, then you can make better choices. Okay, here's a list of a few of the non-medical drug use among Americans from 2015. And again, there's a whole list of things that people tend to abuse over time. And alcohol is also should be included in this list. Now, misuse of a substance is defined differently than addiction, so take note of those differences. Again, these are where our problems are. You move this over just a bit because some of the words get cut off. Okay, there we go. So be careful on how you associate misuse with an addiction or abuse. Oops, I'm not clicking on the right spot. Here we go. And people, don't start out to become addicted. It's not something that we want to have happen, but over time it tends to become a problem. And lots of different ways in order to become addicted. Okay, here's some reasons why people typically use drugs, maybe even smoke and use alcohol, and then it becomes a problem. So people become not addicted yet, but they become aware of how the drugs make them feel, and they like it, so they want to do more of it. And a lot of times peer pressure is an important factor. Okay, some drugs are more addicting than others. Smoking is the most addicting drug that there is because nicotine infiltrates every cell in your body. Heroin is the same way because it's an injectable psychoactive drug. Okay, misuse can lead to addiction, so you'll be able to notice the reasons why a person leads to becoming addicted. lots of risk factors. And a lot of people don't know how to control their use of drugs, smoking, and alcohol. Here's where addiction becomes a problem because of how our body is affected by the drugs. There's physical and psychological, there's even social factors, so they all play a part. And again, part of your project for this unit is going to you knowing the difference between all these categories of drugs. Opioids, addiction is on the increase according to your textbook and getting way out of hand. Here's another category: central nervous system depressants, central nervous system stimulants, central nervous stimulants. There's a whole range of drugs that people have access to, and caffeine being one of them that people use all the time. It does have some health benefits, but too much of a good thing is never a good thing. Marijuana, now that it's legal in California, needs to be studied, I think, more closely as to the long-term effects, the benefits of CBD has been researched and proven to be helpful for a lot of people based on some doctors that find it helpful for people. Here's another category: lots of different hallucinogens. Inhalants is popular with junior high students. They have easy access to it, and it's not very expensive. Lots of people become addicted if they're prescribed a particular type of drug, and then they have trouble stopping its use. Lots of different drugs are now combined or termed designer type of drugs and can be lethal. Lots of money is spent on it. The idea that marijuana is now legal is going to increase the tax revenues for the state of California immensely, I'm sure. Different types of treatment for addiction, trying to prevent misuse. The government is always having programs of some sort, especially with people incarcerated with drug problems. And that's the review.